Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Welcome to our integration solver application. In this project, the project manager was Professor Dr. Kazi Masudul sir and Associate Professor Dr. Amit Kumar Mondal sir of Computer Science and Engineering discipline, Khulna University. And this application is developed by myself, Faisal Habib Raim, and my friend Asif Mehedi. This is an application which is capable of integrating algebraic expressions consisting of basic linear terms. First of all, we see the exe file of our application, and if you switch on the click on it, it opens. Here we go. Nice simple interface. Talking about the interface, we see some text boxes in the upper side. This is our input panel, and below we see the solution panel, and in the right hand side we see the term-wise integration text field. So what happens? If we enter an equation, first of all, the system integrates with respect to x. If we integrate nothing, what happens? Let's see. If we integrate nothing, it integrates to simple x. And another interesting thing is, if we integrate something which doesn't include anything, any variable x, it results to something multiplied by x. Let's see. Suppose we're integrating y. What happens? It integrates to y multiplied by x. Or if it is sine y, it integrates to sine y multiplied by x. We have a refresh button here that refreshes all of the text fields and text boxes. Now we're going to see the basic calculation. Suppose we input the term x minus 5x plus 11x. What it does, it first calculates these terms and then find the integration. So first of all, this simplified to 7x and integrates to x to the power 2 multiplied by 7 by 2. Now we refresh again to see another thing. Now the system is capable of integrating trigonometric terms. Let's see a simple trigonometric term. Suppose it is sine x. It integrates to something like minus cos x, right? If you multiply it with a constant like it is 5 sine x, it integrates to minus 5 cos x. Suppose the sine x, the x inside is not x, it is 19x. It integrates to something like minus 5 by 19 cos 19x. So the constant with x goes down directly below the minus 5 and it forms minus 5 by 19 cos 19x. We refresh to see another thing. Now we form an expression compiled with multiple terms. Suppose the term is 5 sine 3x minus 6 cos x plus 7x minus 2x plus 5 by x. If you click the solve button, which was the solution, you see that 7x minus 2x is simplified to 5x, and when it is integrated, it forms the result. In the right side, we see the term-wise integration panel. We see the term-wise integration, that is 5 sin 3x integrates to minus 5 by 3 cos 3x, minus 6 cos x integrates to minus 6 sin x, 5x integrates to minus 5 by 2 x to the power 2, and 5 by x integrates to 5 ln x. It is very beneficial to see the terms separately and how each of them is integrated in the term-wise integration panel, and we refresh them to get everything clean. Let us see a critical term comprised of and how it integrates. This is the result. It's very nice. We can add them as many times as we want. And the result is this. And again we refresh. These are the formulas that we can apply here to form different expressions and find their integration. As you know, the integration is very much complex and it follows the linearity. It doesn't integrate to the same result when it is combined in the multiplicative or divisive form. So our integration system will only work for these terms when they're combined linearly. That means they're added or subtracted with these terms. Here we are in the coding section. We're in the main class. First of all, when the main class is called, the GUI is triggered. So we get the GUI in the GUI class. What happens is we get the equation. We get the equation and we call term separator and calculator to calculate. So term separator and calculator, what it does is separate the terms based on plus and minus sign. And when the terms are separated, then the terms individual term is again separated into constant and variable, and they're again kept into separate vectors. So now these are simplified and calculated, so whether any two variable have the matching, so they're added or subtracted and simplified. Finally, in the calculation class, finally we are in the integration part. So what it does, it calls the integration manager, and integration manager calls the integrate symbol for each term. Suppose we are having 9 sin 5x term, so what we get is 9 and sin 5x separately from that class. Now we are going to divide sin into sin and 5x. Sin is called the function and 5x is the container, and container is again divided into 5 as the container constant. So when how the result is formed, that is a variable is divided into constant, function, container, container constant, and the result will be formed a constant, result, function, container. First we will find the result function. What is the result function? For sin it is cos, and what is the container for sin 5x? It is 5x is the container. So now we have to calculate the constant. So for constant, if there is a constant from earlier, it will be there, and if there is a container constant, it will be divided, having said that the sign will be multiplied with that. So for 9 sin 5x, the previous constant is 9 and container constant is 5, and as the sign is changed for the integration of sign, it is -1, so finally we get -9/5 as a constant, and 9 sin 5x results into -9/5 cos 5x. Then this result is combined and sent to form the result. And we have an example here. Suppose this is the term, and this is the calculation, and this is the integration. How it is formed? Let's see the run. So we can see here that firstly the terms are separated. Next, the term variables are separated, and these are the constant. It is after calculation we see the two variables, and this one and this one have the same variable, so they are calculated. Finally we get the simplified form. So this simplified form is received by integration manager and separately integrated. For first one, that is 3 sin 7x, what happens is that we get the sin as function and container as 7x. When you integrate them, we get the -3/7 cos 7x. So what happens is these things, that means term separation and constant variable separation, is done in the term separation calculator class, and calculation in calculation class calculation is done, and in integration manager we separately integrate them, and in var part the container and function is separated. Finally in integrate simple class the simple integration is done, and they combine to form the result. So this was our coding part. Thank you everyone for being with us. This is all for this integration solver application. Hope to see you with another project soon. Till then, stay fine.